camp we have it's an online boot camp. Okay, so it's in English and it's 2 month length, but we are going to have some other boot camp also soon, so you can check about that. And our physical boot camp is in Hindi. So physical boot camp happens only in Bhopal. So the main boot camp, our like this online boot camp and all, that is completely in English. Okay, so that is the length of the boot. After I'm going to change the length of the boot camp soon, because from August we're going to start our next batch. So a lot of things are going to change. So keep in contact in all the places, like the pay structure, like the length of the boot camp, like the guidance, and all of those things are going to change, because we have learned a lot of things, and teaching a lot of people on this boot camp. So we have learned a lot of things. So a lot of things are going to change soon. So this batch is already started. If you want, you can join, because this is like we are having two batches. Okay, so one is at the night and one is at the morning. So we have these two batches. If you connect with me, and I will tell more about that. Okay, how much LPA does one gets about the boot camp? We are not those things like that 20 LPA. Those things we are not after those jobs. So minimum they get around means they get entry level job. Entry level job after the boot camp, they get React.js job, but they have to do their own work. Shape or React.js job, like 3-4 lakhs package they get. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so that is there. And so yeah, so this is not about the boot camp. This is about this workshop and what you should do and all those things. Okay, so those who don't know about me, because a lot of things, a lot of you are here from the WhatsApp group, but you might have not seen my LinkedIn profile and who am I and what do I do. So let me also tell a bit about that. Then we are okay. I'm using okay. So let me first tell about myself. Then I will going to. Okay, so let me share my screen, and I'm sharing my screen. Hope everything okay. So this is me. My name is Navindu Vishwas. I have around 16 years of IT experience, and I've worked in almost all big companies in the world. Means like mine is Oracle, JP Morgan. So Oracle, you all might know, very big company. JP Morgan is a very big investment bank, and my last job was an associate architect in Innomines, Bangalore, which is a product-based company. And after that, I'm also a tech writer. After that, in around September, I started my own company, which is TWD, in which I am the main teacher and the founder. Right now, we have some other people also associated with the company. We have Master Mishra. A lot of you might know him. He mainly takes around CSS. We now have a communication expert also on board, because a lot of people. Because a thing is that okay, one thing I want to tell you, because to become a web app developer, and going to tell you what it takes to become a web app developer. One thing which I have found out, because I'm in contact with a lot of startup founders and all, who takes people, so who takes my students and all those things. We're in contact with them, and they says me one thing. Okay, React.js is one thing, people know React.js and all, that is okay, but if they don't know communication, it won't be possible for us to hire. Okay, so that's why all of our videos are in English, and a lot of other channels you'll see, they might be in Hindi, but with Hindi or other regional languages, that you won't find a web app developer job. It's very, very difficult to find a web app developer job in the current market, in anywhere. Even you say, okay, I will do freelancing work. Whom do you will do freelancing for? You will do freelancing for American clients only. So what you will talk with them? If you want to become a very good freelancer, you have to know English. There is no other choice. Because I was talking to someone, might be saying, okay, in central India, Hindi is very common. So why not in Hindi? So someone, Indore based startup person called me actually. He's the CEO of a very big company, and he called me. He wanted my students and all. So I told me, okay, I'll give them. But he told me that one thing is there. Means I want people to be good in English. Okay, good in communication. And he's from Indore, which is like the central of India. You might be thinking that Hindi is the main language here. No, Hindi is the main language here. Okay, I know that thing. But the thing is that in corporate, you need English. Even if you're going to go on your own, you need to communicate in English. So that is the thing there. Okay, so that is other thing. So this is for me and all. So I have my company, fully registered company, TWD, and this channel only where you are watching this thing. We are around yeah, good afternoon. We are around 3 people now, so means including 4 people. Okay, 4 employees, including me, 4 people are there. Okay, so I have a small service-based company also, in which we are making some products and all. So that is there, but the main concentration is this tech company, TWD, and we are big on YouTube and all. We are going big on YouTube because the thing which we are teaching on YouTube, nobody is teaching. Because everywhere you go, you see that someone is teaching and they're diverting you to your boot camp. Yeah, we have our boot camp also, but the thing is that we are teaching almost everything on YouTube, almost everything. If you don't want to join a boot camp, I'm not forcing you to join a boot camp, and there are everything available on YouTube. If you want to uh, get the playlist from me, just ping me. You might be there for my one of my WhatsApp channel. Just ping me and you get the whole of playlist. You can learn everything on your own. And this half an hour I'm going to tell you about the path which you have to take to become a web app developer by learning resources available on YouTube on our channel. Everything is free, and even we will give the guidance to people who are really committed. So people who are really committed, people who complete the projects. We want people to complete the projects. If people complete the project, we include them. Today only I included one girl. We have a very special WhatsApp group which is known as web developer champs. They're champs. So those people are there who completed, who those people who are there who completes the projects, who completes the projects and all. Okay, so those are very committed people are there. Okay, they complete the project. Most of my high side, okay, most of my people in my boot camp and all. So most of my people in my boot camp are from non-IT only. Okay, so even okay, so I'm on my different system. I cannot show it there. Even I just now someone asked me this some king meditation asked me about this thing. Okay, that is again a very good question. So today I'm using a Windows laptop. Okay, generally I use a Mac. So Syed is asking very good question because I'm going to answer all of the question. So what I was telling, a lot of people from a bootcamp are from non-IT background. Some people have 6 years of gap. Some people are just from non-IT background. Some people from electronics and all. And a lot of people have gone after government jobs. So they have gone after government jobs and they wasted their time. Okay, so that is there, and okay, so that is there. Okay, so that is my friend name is Omkar. Okay, I don't know. So take this link, take this YouTube link and share with your friend. Okay, so Sayed is telling I don't have much money to buy a new laptop, but you don't have much money to buy a new laptop, then you buy a old laptop, and you buy a laptop. But laptop is required because sometimes it is very difficult to work on them, or else you can go to a internet cafe and do your practice and all. Okay, no need to download and all those things, but because this is a very good question, and a lot of people from non-IT background, they have not don't have a laptop and all. So but you have to get a laptop at least. A lot of my students, they were also having this problem, so they got a laptop of around 20,000. You got a very good laptop of around 20,000. Okay, so now let me tell about the path. So no, don't tell that much thing. Okay, so that is there, and okay, so no problem. Akshay might have got it. Okay, so there, and those who want to learn everything, please Syed Rafi and all, please connect with me on. I might give my WhatsApp group also, my latest WhatsApp group. I have a lot of WhatsApp groups, so connect with me, and if you want to have the exact path through my YouTube channel, I will provide you the path and even the mentorship to become a web app developer. So what is a web app developer and all? And okay, one more thing I want to tell, and you will all need to, okay, one sec, you all need to fill this okay, you all need to fill, okay, my mouse is not, wait a sec, so you one sec, okay, you all need to fill this attendance form to be able to get the certificate. So this will be the first attendance form which I'm going to share soon. This is a Google form which you have to fill. Okay, in which you have to fill the email, name, your non whatever background you have, and LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, please tell that you don't have a LinkedIn profile. Why LinkedIn profile is required? Okay, actually, you will get the certificate. I think you please check your mailbox. I hope I have sent you the certificate. So actually, I think CSS animation certificate I have sent in the morning also. Please check your mail. I think I have sent you also. Okay, so that is there. And LinkedIn profile. So LinkedIn profile is very important for me because I have most of my network on LinkedIn, and I will tell what network I'm talking about. So this is the first attendance sheet which you will get in around 15-20 minutes, and then there will be a second attendance sheet also which will be given. Second attendance sheet which will be given towards the end. Okay, towards the end you will get this second attendance sheet. Okay, and that is it. And now let me come back to what it is required to be a okay, 1 sec. What's this? Okay, so I'm set up today. This mouse is having a problem. Okay, okay, I will share the WhatsApp detail and all. Okay, and one sec. I will share the WhatsApp detail and all. Also, please do connect with me there. So this is one of my WhatsApp group. So please join it. Okay. So I've send the thing for me, and we are going to start with HTML in around 15 minutes. Let me tell a bit more about what you all needed to do, because a lot of people here want to become a web app developer, seeing my videos and all, and how you can become with YouTube, how you can become a web app developer. So there is some process to become a web app developer, and what I always say, what is a web app developer? So see, this is I'm opening a mind map. So this is a what is web development? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What is this HTML, CSS? So if you learn only HTML and CSS, you become something known as a web developer. But you have to add something more to it. And doesn't know what you have to add here. You have to add WordPress here. See, all the small websites, like those small website for a kirana shop and all those things, they are generally made with not even HTML, CSS, but a bit of HTML, CSS is required. They are made with something known as WordPress. This is like just like a drag and drop thing. All those things they're also known as static web. They're made with WordPress and a bit of HTML, CSS. But the moment you learn JavaScript, you have to learn JavaScript to become a web app developer, and that is what we specialize in. Our YouTube channel is specializing to make you a web app developer, because the web app developer are the one who are paid in gold, not that this WordPress developer. WordPress developer hardly get paid 15,000 rupees, and that is also after 1 or 2 years they get 15,000 rupees paid. And at most, if you're going to do a job, you're going to pay not more than 35,000 rupees. I have never seen any WordPress developer getting a lot of WordPress developers comes to boot camp to learn this thing, to learn this JavaScript, and along with the JavaScript is also not enough. JavaScript is required to learn a language known as React.js. This is where the magic is. This is where which will make you a web app developer. This React.js is what will make you a web app developer. Because what happens, this all these things you're seeing, all these things like this mind map. I'm using something known as mind map. I'm using something known as LinkedIn. I'm using something known as this Google form. All these things are not like a website and all. They are complicated web apps. They are used the combination of front end, back end, on all the stuff. They are used to make with them. And for that, the front end is mainly made with React. Back end is in Node.js. We teach Node.js also, but the main thing is that the front end. Most of the job in the industry now are not for the back end developers, are for the front end developers. Although in my bootcamp I teach full stack, but it is done on this front end heavy. All the jobs are in React.js. So you just don't listen to anyone who is saying that okay, data science the most number of jobs are there, Python the most number of jobs are there. You just blindly learn these four things, and trust me, you'll get a job. By the end of this React.js, if you make even 5 projects in React.js and follow the structure which I will tell next, you'll get a job. By the end of 20 projects, you'll get a job. You need 20 projects to get a job. 20 projects you need to do to get a job. At least means 5 in CSS, 5 in JavaScript, and 10 in React.js. Out of those, 2 should be major projects. 20 projects you'll get a job, or I will give you a job. And you have to follow something. You have to follow something. You have to follow something to do those 20 projects. Though do this, actually I'm able to make only 3% web app developer from my YouTube channel, because 3% were very dedicated. I'm now getting more dedicated people, and those dedicated people I am mentoring personally. So they are not in my some boot camp and all. I'm mentoring. But then also it's very difficult to get dedicated people. That's why that motivation I played in the starting. It's not easy to get those dedicated. Everything is available on the internet. I'm even giving you a path also, but people are not there. Only I have Till now, I have got only 5 dedicated people. Only 5 dedicated people who are in one of my special group. They are not paid me one penny also. So they are in some different group because they have completed the projects. We keep on sending. We keep on sending some challenges and all. So those people have completed the challenge. Certificates. Okay. Thank you, Akshay. Okay, so that is good. And see, that is there. And so now let me tell one more thing. Okay, tell me one more thing, and before after that we're going to start with HTML, because this is all about learning. This is not all about talking, but you have to follow this thing. This is also something which is very important, because people who want to become a web app developer, follow my YouTube channel, they have to know this thing. They have to know this thing, how to become a web app developer. So there are 3 secrets to become a web app developer, especially a self-learned web app developer. This is a very popular concept in the West also. So I have written some books also. So there is a one of my book was taken by a person who was who is the actually means not is was, because he was a waiter in the US, some Texas and some other place, and then he decided to become a web developer, because just like in India, US is a technological hub, and if you learn development there, you're like a king there. Even in India, it is the same case. If you learn a development, and anyone can learn a development. I'm teaching in one of my bootcamp. I'm teaching housewife with 10 years of gap to become a web developer. A college professor with 20 years of teaching in a college. He's getting salary like peanuts. In India, the most common salary, if you don't know any skills, is 15,000 rupees. Those who don't know, people's salary don't get over 15,000. 15,000 rupees is like a golden mark. Like that, you won't get more than 15,000 rupees. Even with 20 years of experience, you won't get. That is like the golden mark if you don't have skills. If you have skills, that is just the starting point. Ending point, you decide. Ending point, you want to do freelancing. You want to do a 1 crore Google jobs are like Google pays like 2 crore to developers in the starting only. Uber pays like that. So those things are already there. Those jobs are already there in India, but you have to be too much dedicated. It is not like this. Everybody can get those 2 crore job. But it is also not like that after some college and all. They want just programmers. Nowadays, those days are gone. Just that they will take IITs, IITians and all those things. No, this is gone long ago. Even the big companies, they have like made it mandatory that they don't need anybody with a good knowledge to solve the problems and all. They can come to Google, Facebook, Amazon, Flipkart, any company out there. You don't need a college degree and all those things. Those things are things of the past. Okay, college degree, IIT, IIMs. Although IIT people knows a lot of things, like they are dedicated. I've seen them. They're dedicated. They know that programming is so much important. And the normal people from a tier 2, tier 3 colleges, they are behind the exams and all the theoretical subjects and all this. And those things doesn't matter. Okay, so that is there. And okay, so let's go to these 3 secrets. What are the 3 secrets to become a web app developer? And web app developer, I've already told you, you have to become a web app developer. You have to target to become a web app developer, not a website developer. You have to target to learn that React.js. And every month we take 2 days long. Yeah, I think 16 hours long. 16-hour long thing also. And beside that, we have monthly thing also, like CSS. So as I'm told in this workshop, we are not going to cover everything. We're going to cover HTML completely, but CSS and JavaScript won't be covered completely. But CSS takes 5 hours to teach, JavaScript takes another 5 hours to teach, and React.js takes another 5 hours to teach. So how much time? You can guess it. It is like 15 hours and another 1 hour for HTML. So that 16 hours we have separate also. Once in ready for this month, if you want the YouTube link for that. I can provide that YouTube link. It's already done for a month, or you can go to a channel. You can see that 1-2 day boot camp has already been taken. Next month again we're going to have a 2 days boot camp. Every month we're going to continue to have this 2 days boot camp. Maybe a bit of thing will be different, but that 2 day boot camp will be there. Okay, so next, let me tell the 3 secrets. If you are really dedicated, if you want to become a web app developer, following our channel, how to do that. And following anything is, it's not like that our channel you can do anything. First thing is that it is not like if you're from a non-IT background, someone is telling that he's from a non-IT background, you have to be very good in networking, because people need to know who you are. Okay, so you have to be very good in networking. So what do you do in networking? Okay, what you need to do in networking? You need to be good in LinkedIn. You need to be good in LinkedIn. You need to have some network in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the main network in India, because all the startup people, all the other people are there. See, at the end of the day, most of the people who are from non-IT background, they're going to place in startups. The companies like Infosys, TCS, they don't take them. They have some strict rules. Like in India, it is still a thing that they have some strict rules that they want only B computers, and all those rules are there. But not in the startups who employs the most, who pays 10 times more than this Infosys and TCS and all those things. 10 times more. 10 times more. Okay. They only need talent. So for that, you have to be very, very good on LinkedIn. You have to be very good on visible on LinkedIn. And I will help you to be visible on LinkedIn. How? LinkedIn, they will be introduced to my network of 20,745 people. I'm one of the top influencers in LinkedIn. See, those who have more than 15,000 connections, they become very big influencers in LinkedIn. I have connection with almost every startup in India and beyond. So all of those are there. See, those who know a bit of social media, they might know that if some person who has this much connections, they just tag you. They just do @ in your thing, and it reaches my whole network. If I just do a ad, it just reach to all of my people. See, just like this person is there, this person is like he's one of my student. He just tagged me. This is how it happens. Okay, so I tagged him back, and this is how it works. So it is not like only my students they get tagged back and all those things. Okay, so there are anyone who will do some project and tag me back, I will tag them back, and that is how their network grows. And the thing is that how to grow LinkedIn and all, you can find it out how to grow the LinkedIn. And you have a very good profile in LinkedIn like this. Maybe you should have a very good profile, and then all these things you have to do. See, this guy have also grown in LinkedIn to 1290. So that is something which you have to do, which is very important. And those things you have to do. That is how you will grow on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is one of the main thing to get a job today. You don't need a resume or something. Just you do the projects and show them on a LinkedIn, you'll get a job. Okay, that is this. All the projects, the 20 projects which I have studied, please do those on LinkedIn and tag me, and I'm sure that you'll get a job. A lot in the US especially. So Twitter also try to be. Instagram follow the people who are like influencer and all, like a developers and all. See me, my Instagram handle. You see, there is a person known as Tanya Pratap. See his Instagram account. All those things. Facebook group is a very, very effective way to get freelancing jobs. So there are a lot of Facebook groups for React.js developers, web developer, and all of those things. And it always adds, if you have a freelancing job in your portfolio, see through Fever and all, you can go to this Facebook group for React and you'll find it. Just go check out for some React.js group, you'll find those groups. And when you find those groups, just apply. You can just learn, and then you can just go and apply for this. That is it. And that is something more which is required to be a web developer, which is like a daily action. People don't do this daily action. You have to code 2 hours daily, and you will get stuck. See, coding is not that much easy. People just they get stuck for the first time. They start pinging me on WhatsApp or some other places. Okay, on LinkedIn and not, sir, I'm stuck here. No, you have one problem first. Coding is not. You're going to work in a big company. You're going to work in a company. There you have to fix your own problem. But for that, you have to code 2 hours daily. Then that's the only way. No other way is there. There is no other way to become a developer. This is a must. You have to code 2 hours daily, and then you have to post it on LinkedIn. So nowadays, this is like this thing is known as code in public. I'm not saying that you can go to other influencers and all those things. You will know that thing. There is something known as code in public, especially for from non-IT background. code in 12, we have to daily code. And if you are going to daily code, why not commit to a challenge? There is a very good challenge known as 100 days of code challenge. This is known as the toughest challenge on the planet Earth, because in that you have to daily code something good, and then you have to post in this hashtag 100 days of code that what you've learned with your GitHub profile and all those things you have to do. So 100 days of continuous effort you need. So 100 days means 90 plus 1 days, means 3 months and 10 days. And it is not easy to code continuously for 3 months and 10 days. Trust me, it is not easy in India, it is not easy in Europe, it is not easy anywhere, especially in India. It is not easy. Parents, if you're living with somewhere, so you suddenly someone marriage will come and lose the 1 day. And this is such a tough challenge that if you even if you lose 1 day, you have to start from zero. You have to start from, if you have coded for 99 days and the 100th day, okay, you forgot to, you were under some circumstance, you are not able to code, gone, those 99 days are gone. You have to start from zero. And this is such a top challenge that if you complete this challenge, there are people in the US who are going to take just interview for you. Because I had also completed this challenge. A top website from the US, they're going to come and take interview for me, and you will get so many job offers that you will not be able to handle this thing, the job offers. But this is very tough challenge. This is not everybody's cup of tea. This 100 days of code challenge, this is very tough. Okay, because you have to code 2 hours daily and you have to post it on this. This is mainly Twitter handle. This Twitter handle you have to post. So that is there. So all these things are there. See, it is not nowadays is not how you can become a web developer. I am giving you the path to become a web developer. And all these things, those who want to have the playlist also have a playlist. You follow that playlist on my channel. I will give the playlist if someone asks me that playlist. Okay, that playlist, you follow that playlist and you can become a web developer. It is like that. Okay, so and plus we have this live session. Our channel is completely live. We have this live session always, where CSS is the basic things which you should learn. HTML is something which you should not spend much time, but HTML is something which I'm going to tell now. Then CSS is there. What to do in CSS? CSS we keep on running a lot of time. Why CSS we keep on running? CSS is the basics for you to become a web developer. Okay, so CSS is required. Okay, one sec. Okay. Okay. Okay, so mouse is so, one sec, I have to do some change. My mouse is not working properly. Okay, we start with your audible. Audible. Okay, I think I'm audible now. Okay, so I just changed my connection actually. So I was thinking whether I'm audible or not. Okay, so let us start with HTML. So it's time. Okay, and I will also give you all this attendance sheet. So please fill the attendance sheet. I'll come here and shorten this URL and copy this URL, and then I need to give mark your attendance here. This mark your attendance, yeah. And this is the first attendance. You're going to get a second attendance also, and I'm going to, and certificate you are, so please fill the correct email and the name in which you need, and certificate you will get by tomorrow, because it takes some time to generate the certificate, because there are a lot of people who want this certificate, and all, at least more than 50-60 certificates we generate every weekend. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so let's get started, and we are going to start with HTML. And for HTML, what do you need? Okay, close this thing, please fill this out. I'll take it. Okay, so people have started filling. Okay, so for HTML stands for hypertext markup language. that is the basics of any website. So that is how any website is made with HTML. So starting is the HTML. You need to know, learn HTML, but who is 6 months in HTML, who are doing on their own. Because thing is that everything is available on the internet. Even the content, some content are 100% better than our channel. I agree with that, but people don't know means what to do, what to follow. They keep on doing HTML, CSS, and all those things. So that is not the way to get a job. That is especially not the way if you're from a non-IT background. If you want to change the direction of your career, that is not the way. Okay. So yeah, I just changed it thing. So I was checking whether I'm audible or not. I changed some connection. My mouse was not working properly. Okay, so that is there. And now what we need to do with HTML. There are someone was asking that they don't have a laptop, and a laptop is a real problem which I've recently found out, because a lot of my students also, they're telling that yeah, laptop purchasing is a big thing for them, because although mobile everybody have, but laptop, what I found out, even a good second-hand laptop will cost to around 20,000 rupees. But the good news about web development is that you don't need a very high-end laptop. Very high-end laptop you don't need, because of the thing that the tools which it uses. Earlier, what people used to do the HTML and all those things in notepad, and used to save it as .html. But nowadays you should not do those things you should not do nowadays you should download something known as VS Code, and trust me, it is very lightweight. One of my student in my boot camp, he have only a 4 GB RAM of computer, and I think i3 7th generation. It's a very old laptop, i3 7th generation. And someone was asking me that only now. i3 4 GB of RAM. Although, and for him also this VS Code runs. Although I don't recommend i3 7th generation is okay, i3 7th generation all, but you should have at least 8 GB of RAM. Try to have 8 GB of RAM. RAM is something which is very much required. Okay. So, but nowadays it's very easy to do this. So you have to download a software for web development, which is the VS Code. This is the only software which will be required even till React. React also don't require any fancy software on all. You only require this software, and the main thing is that it is totally free. It is totally free to download and all, totally free. Okay, so download for Windows. Today I'm using Windows and all. Okay, so it is totally free. Download for Windows. You do that, .exe file will be there, and that .exe you can download it and you can install it. For me, I have already installed it, so I don't want to install it again. So you just go there and download for Windows, and it's a very lightweight idea. It is not like the original Visual Studio. So nowadays web development is generally done in the Visual Studio Code. In all the other companies you'll go, everywhere you'll go i3 third generation with 4G. Try on it. I think third generation also with a 4 GB of RAM. But if possible, if your laptop allow, please do upgrade it to at least 8 GB of RAM. So that generation doesn't matter. The RAM sometimes matters in your PC. Okay. I think third generation is okay. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. So and okay. I'm audible. I think so. Everybody is able to. I'm not audible. Okay. I am. I think I'm audible. Yeah, I'm quite audible. Okay. So that is there. Okay. So I was not talking when you might have saw that. Okay. So you have to download this, and someone is in IT third gen is try it out that whether this VS Code is going on that or not, or else you have to increase the RAM, because IT third gen is a very old laptop. But if you are technical enough, I will tell you one thing. See, it doesn't matter in your operating system. There is a very good operating system. Okay. Actually, I also don't use it that much. Okay, try to install Ubuntu on your system. If you have a old laptop, try to install Ubuntu on your system. The thing is that web development require only VS Code. Only VS Code is required, and that VS Code will run on Linux also. Linux also. See, this download for Windows is there. You'll get download for Linux. In fact, in Linux you'll get some better command lines tools which will be much better than Windows. Okay, so if you have old laptop, my suggestion is that try to install Ubuntu. Although it's very technical, to install Ubuntu on a laptop. And if you're from a non-IT background, a lot of issues. But if you know some IT, means IT hardware people who fixes computers and all, try to install the Ubuntu on it. Ubuntu, I think for you, Mirage Hotel, the Ubuntu will be perfect for you, and it doesn't take much memory and all. So that do that thing, and then will have this download for Ubuntu or download for Linux. I've never used it on that. So I have a Mac and a Windows only. So I don't do Ubuntu and all, but because you don't require all this. Okay, and most so we have done this thing. So once you install this VS Code in Windows, generally you just I'll find it here. I may be using a Windows 11, Windows 10 also you might get it here. Okay, so and in you have to write Visual, and you'll get this Visual Studio Code, and you click on it, and it will open it like this. It will open a blank something like this. Now, how to write our first HTML code and all. Okay, for that I've created an empty folder like this empty folder, and in this folder I'll right click and create a new folder like HTML basics I'll do. Okay, now what I have to do here, I have to click here, I have to click on this, and this is the most easiest way to do this things, because a lot of people are from non-IT background here. Most easiest way to do it, you click here and keep your mouse, or if you're using a trackpad, try to use a mouse, it's always much better. Okay, so you drag it like this, and then you leave it, drag it and then you leave it, and when you leave it, your HTML basics will be open like this. Okay, so that will be open, and then I made it big. HTML basics will be open here. Okay, so now I will write index.html. So why I will write index.html? So I have clicked here, and it will write a new file, index.html. So I have written index.html because like all the file not used a laptop like a programmer, but you might have noticed that all the files, like the images file are saved like .png, .gpg, the Microsoft Word file are saved as .doc, or Excel file are saved as .excel or .excels. So like that, every programming language, the files are like saved as something. So here the file will be saved as .html. So we need to save the file as .html. So index.html will save, and then why you use VS Code and not something like Notepad and all? There is a reason in that. The reason we can use some very good shortcut we can use, like this not. I'll use this not. Given this not with that shift and the it is on the one keyword one, so shift and this not type here, and then I will give the tab. And let me also increase the font size maybe. So I will increase the font size because I know a lot of you people watch it from the mobile. Okay, I know that thing. And if you're watching for the mobile, do one thing, take the mobile like this, make the mobile not vertical, like horizontal, make the mobile horizontal, and it will be much more easier. Okay, it will be much more easier. Okay, so that will be there. And so this index.html, I've just given this, and it has given me what is known as a boilerplate code. So what code it has actually given me? So this code, the first line you might be seeing, it is like written like as doctype HTML. Doctype HTML is written, and so we'll go line by line and we'll understand all this. We have to understand all this. So doctype HTML means HTML version 5. See, a committee known as W3C committee, which sits in the US, because US only invented all these things. So first thing, it is written as like as doctype HTML. So doctype HTML is HTML version 5. Before that, there were some other versions. Every programming language has some version. So doctype HTML is that. Then after that, it is written that HTML lang is EN. Lang is EN means English. So see HTML. See all the tag in HTML are like this greater than, less than thing. So brackets. So these are also brackets. So greater than is them is here, and HTML is starting here and ending here. HTML from here till here, HTML is there. Okay, so that is like that. HTML lang equal to EN. EN is English. Okay, and HTML tag have got actually two more tags, which one is the head tag and one is the body tag. So what is this head tag? Head tag will be something which we are, if we're going to do, it will come here. And okay. So it will come here. So head tag comes here. Beside this, in the head tag, we have something more also. In the head tag, we have a lot of other things like one of the thing is that we have this meta tag. So what is this meta tag? Let me tell about this meta tag. This meta tag is something which is used by Google, not by us humans. Hardly I know one of these things which is like UTF-8. UTF-8 means your there is a encoding system, like ASCII encoding system. Again, you don't have to learn all those hard. It will be difficult for you to understand and all this. I want to teach you in a very easy way, something which is very practical. See, the practical things, theoretical things are different, but difficult and all. Practical things which we are going to use really in this project, because I have spent 16 years in the industry. I'm not like your any other computer trainer and all. I have spent 16 years in the industry. On the top of my career, I was leading a team of 10 front-end developer, and I was an associate architect who is a pure technical person. Okay, so that's there, and I left it all to become a trainer. So that is another thing. Okay, so that is there. Okay, someone is asking. Okay. Okay, one sec. Someone is asking for some link. People are not getting the link and all. One sec. So, yeah. Okay. So, what is this? What is this meta tag? We were looking into what is this meta tag. So, meta tag is used by Google. See, all of you might have known one thing, that there's something known as SEO, search engine optimization, which generally not the developers don't learn that. The people who learn them are known as digital marketers, and yes, that is also very good field. Okay, along with the developers, the digital marketing is a very good field. If you want to go to some field, if you want to have some skills today, you think that development is very tough for you, I will tell you, just go to digital marketing. Just go to digital marketing. The crazy amount of jobs are in only two fields. One is just development, because everything is moving to development slowly. Even the physical world is moving to the virtual world. That is also that is known as meta. That is what Facebook had named itself, meta, because that is totally real. Everything is becoming science fiction soon, and who will make the physical world change to a virtual world? Developers. Developers also going to do that. So that not going to go down, it is going to go up only, up and up only. All the lawyers, all those jobs will slowly go away. All those physical jobs will go away. Driver jobs and all those are already going away. Even there will be no car. If everybody goes into virtual world, then cars are not required. But a developer is required to make that virtual world. So everything is going that way. So I know none of you are living under the rock. Everybody of you know that there is a virtual world which is coming in the next 5 to 10 years. It will be there. Everybody will be working in the virtual world. So that is there. So the development job are not going to decrease. They are going to increase only from here. Okay, so that is there. And rest what? So this meta tag are used for SEO, search engine optimization. So let me tell how. So suppose you have a website, like you create a website, and now you have put it on the internet. And how it's a very small website, like maybe all of us watches TVs and all. I don't watch much, but sometimes that Dhoni's advertisement comes into picture, that like that. She was telling that I have a Baroda cricketing good shop, and Dhoni comes and says, okay, it is a Baroda. How you have written Indian or something. You have to go to the internet. So suppose she goes to the internet, the ladies goes to the internet, and she put her all this, she coded this thing and put the website on the internet. But how would people come to know? It is not some facebook.com and all, you know the whole address. No. People are going to go and going to search in the internet about, not about her site, but something like that. Okay. Cricketing bat Baroda, cricketing ball Baroda, kids in Baroda, football in Baroda. So what people used to do earlier, they used in this meta tag, they used to have this keyword. Okay, the digital marketing people. So suppose she goes to a digital marketing, and this is something which used to happen 10 years back. She goes to some digital marketing people, and they would put all these keywords in the website, like cricketing goods Baroda and all. So why they put this thing? Google have some very complicated algorithms. Google, what happens? Google have something known as bots, Google bots, and they scan whole of the internet, which even Google doesn't know how big it is. scans the whole of the internet 2 to 3 times a day. And when it scans whole of the internet, these bots, they scan your whole website. When they scan your whole website, they'll find this keyword and they will fix index you like that. Okay, it is content like this. This is how Google works. But nowadays it doesn't work like that, because the lot of people abuse this thing, so they don't work like that. But then also, I don't know digital marketing. Digital marketing people sometimes still they do something with the meta tag. Not for us developers, but they do something with the meta tag to have the Google rank your website higher. So that is something which the digital marketing people do. Okay, so not us. Okay, and there are tools that edit the meta tag and add it according to Google. If Google goes one step ahead, they goes 2 steps ahead of Google to understand how Google works. That is their main work. That is their bread and butter. Okay, that is not my bread and butter, so I don't know much about this meta tag. How that is up to digital marketing people and up to Google, who keeps on changing and they keeps on going 1 step ahead. So that is up to them. So this is what the meta tag is all about, the digital marketing and Google. So but this is my domain title. So title I will change as HTML basics, and now in the body I will write a h1. See, HTML is all about h1, and body, whatever you're going to see, you're going to see there. Okay, h1 I'm going to write, and I'm going to press a tab. Again, this VS Code comes into picture, h1, and I'll do HTML crash course. I'll write HTML crash course. And now the next thing which I'm going to write is a paragraph tag. In paragraph tag, I can write anything like I will copy this thing and paste this thing like this. I'll do and save it. Okay, HTML crash course and all. So I've written title, h1 and p. So now where to see all these things? So to see all these things, I have to go here. I have to go here in HTML Basics, and I have to double click on it. It will open in my default browser, which is right now it is Edge. It's right today I'm using Windows. Mostly I use Mac. Okay, so there is some work going on in my Mac room, so that's why for Windows and all. Okay, so that is like this. So see this is how it has been shown. This is how it's been shown. This okay, so what is here which has been shown here, and I'm going to, okay, let's see here only. First thing is that this HTML basics, this which I have written in the title, where it is, this is here. Then this h1 HTML crash course I have written, where is it? H1 is here, HTML crash course. It is like a title, it's like a big title, and we're going to learn in detail about all of this. The P has been shown here, so all these things are shown here. This is how you develop the websites. Very basic, and it is not good looking like Amazon and all, because there is no CSS in it. Yeah, CSS is what makes the website very beautiful. JavaScript is something which adds the functionality to the website. Okay, so that is like that. JavaScript adds the functionality. So now this is there. But this is not why we use this VS Code and all, because here the problem is that, okay, so if I come here and do a P and I want to put something else again, so again I will not go to any website and search for anything. There is shortcut known as lorem. I'll write this lorem and press the tab. Write this lorem, press the tab, and it will do this thing known as lorem ipsum. It is a very popular text. This lorem ipsum text is very popular. It is not like anything I have written, and there are many lorem ipsum generators which you'll find on internet. Lorem ipsum is 200 years old text. It was invented in the days of printing press. Also they wanted some dummy text. In that dummy text, this lorem ipsum was invented and it was put. And nowadays also it has been used for dummy text. I cannot always put some text like that. And this dummy text. And VS Code, it is by default. I do this lorem and press the tab, you will have this thing. Then I will save it. Now if I go back here, it has not been shown here. It has not been shown here. Why it is not been shown? I can see it only with refreshing. I will refresh it, then only it will be shown. This is not a good way. The front-end developers don't like this way. So for this VS Code comes with many short, means small programs which some very good open source developers have created. So one of the small programs which someone has created is known as live servers. You come here and do the live. I came here, do the live. So this live server is something which I will get. This live server is someone like Ritvik Day is there, and then you have to enable it. I'm enable or install it. I'm getting disabled because I've already installed. So I will now go here, and then I will, once you install it, you go here and right click and open with live server. Open with live server you have to do, or you might get something here also, but you mostly go with open with live server from here, and it will open in the live server. Okay, it is opening in Edge. Let me show you in Edge also. Edge has become actually a very good browser nowadays. Earlier Internet Explorer it was bad, so it is opening here. So now we'll see here only it is open. Now what is the benefit? And it is opening in something like localhost and all, so that you don't have to remember, but it will open something like this, okay, in the default browser. So what is the benefit of it? So benefit is like this. If I delete this thing and if I save it, now if I go here, see, it is removed. It is removed because the auto refresh had happened. I didn't touch anything. But if I go here, it is still there, not been done. This is the local, and this is how you double click and open. Okay, and then I will refresh it, then only we will go. So we don't want to do this thing again and again. Okay, so we don't want to do this thing again and again. So I will cut it down. I will delete it, and then it is done. Okay, so now it is showing as like HTML crash course and all. So we are going to use in this live server only. Oh, someone is asking where to get the attendance sheet. Okay, 𝐏𝐵𝐴𝐽𝐻 in LinkedIn, actually you will not get the attendance sheet because okay, they have on LinkedIn also. Please come to YouTube channel, and it is going live on YouTube channel, because the software I'm using, it doesn't allow me to give it on your LinkedIn. And also please, I will tell you to please come on YouTube and see this thing. And I generally don't also see the chat that much, so please watch it on my YouTube. And YouTube, it is a pinned message. YouTube will come, it is a pinned message, you can get it from there. Okay, so 𝐏𝐵𝐴𝐽𝐻 Patel, please come on the YouTube. Okay, so that is there, and you'll find YouTube channel link also. I think today I posted it, and you go to my YouTube channel and it is going live anyways, you'll see that thing. Okay, so that is there. So we are going to use this VS Code only. So let us now start learning about. We are still not started to learn about all the HTML tags and all. So HTML is all about learning about the tags. And as I told you, don't waste too much time in learning HTML tag. Whatever I teach, it is more than enough. Don't waste six months in HTML tag. I know people who contacted me and who have wasted six months in HTML tags. You don't have to do those things. So now I will start, and is the heading tag. So I have written this H1 HTML crash course. Actually, there are the 5 heading tags. Okay, they are H1. After H1, we have this H2. Then we have this H3. We have this H4. We have this H5. We have this H6. Till H6 we have. Okay, heading tag. Till H6, I will save it, and I will H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 is there. So you can see they are of different sizes. Actually, in a website, if you go, the main heading is always by the H1, sub headings by H2 or H3, something like that. H4 is also used. H5 and H6 are very small. We generally don't use them. H5 and H6 are very small. We don't use them. Okay, so that is there. And now these are heading tags. And now this paragraph tag is also there. Let me do a paragraph tag, then I will tell out one more thing. Paragraph tag, the next paragraph tag I will take, and I will take the lorem. And lorem, I'll do the tab, it will expand it. But there's one more thing in this lorem. I can actually write something here like lorem 40. I'll write, and then I will press the tab. See, it will give me 40. Okay, so then I will save it. I'll save it, and now I will go back, and this is there. Okay, so before going forward, I want to tell about something known as comments. Comments are there in almost all programming language, and it is always recommended for developers to use comments so that they can know, or some other developer who is coming, why attendance buffer. Why attendance will buffer? Your link is very slow, that's why attendance might buffer. Okay, attendance cannot buffer. Okay, friends. Okay, So heading tag. So I'll do this heading tag because already a lot of people have filled that attendance. Heading tag, and here I will do a paragraph tag. Heading tag and a paragraph tag. Okay. So this heading tag, I don't want to show it to everyone. It is only for the developers. So I'll come here and do a control and backslash. Here also I'll do a control and backslash, control and backslash, control and backslash, and I'll save it. So this is something which is for the developers. You have see something like this. It is showing in this blue color. It is showing in this green color. And if you go here, you see that this is not been shown. This is only for the developers reference or for you for your reference. I put it there like this is heading tag for the developer reference. In big projects, a lot of different developers, so for them they need to know what this code does. Okay, so that's why this comments are there in almost all programming language. Sometimes some complicated piece of code is there which they have written somehow, and the other person, they need to know what is there and all. Okay, so that is like this heading tag and paragraph tag. Okay, so now one more thing I want to tell here before going forward. It is this heading tag and paragraph tag. They are also known as block level element. So the HTML tags, they're divided into two kinds. One is the block level elements and one is the inline elements. So why these are known as block level elements? These are known as block level element because see this H1, H2, H3, all these things. This could have come in one line also. This could have come in one line also, but they're all coming in different line. It takes their own line. It takes their own line. Heading tags takes their own line. Okay, so that is the reason they are known as block level element. Even the paragraph tag, this next paragraph could have started from here. It is coming in the next line because this is also block level element. 70% of the tags are block level elements. Some of them are inline element, and one inline element is something which we are going to learn next. Okay, so and that inline element is like the anchor tag. We're going to learn the anchor tag or the link tag. A lot of you know about both of those, like anchor tag and the link tag. Okay, so let me call it the link tag. Okay, link tag. I'll do, and I'll comment this out, and then I will do anchor tag is like a, and this href is there. Okay, href is there, and I will put something here. Learn web development. Learn web development. Learn web development. I didn't shift it to Windows. I have a Windows system also. There is some work going on in my room, main room, in which my studio is there. So I shifted here, and maybe I'm soon shifting to Windows also. Okay, so like this. Okay, so I put in this, so it doesn't matter you work on a Windows or a Mac, it doesn't matter. See, everything is same, and I know most of the people here will have a Windows, but I'm going back to Mac also by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Just a temporary shift, but then I will permanently also shift to Windows because I like Windows more. Okay, so you don't have a LinkedIn profile, put you don't have a LinkedIn profile. Okay, apply. You don't have to apply for a LinkedIn for a front-end jobs. Front-end jobs will come to you once you have a LinkedIn profile. Front-end jobs will come to you and Hassan, and there is something known as Internshala. I don't know from where you are. So Internshala, because a lot of people from whole Indian subcontinent watches my videos. So in India we have something known as Internshala also, and Internshala. You can just apply in Internshala. So that is a very good place to get internship in India. And rest of the things is that front-end jobs, you just update your LinkedIn profile. You just keep posting the projects, which I always say. Hope you have not. I think you have not seen the earlier part of the video. You just post on your LinkedIn the projects. You'll get a front-end jobs, and if you want to do freelancing and all, go to fiverr.com, and from there you get the job. But always, I always say that just like LinkedIn is you have to be visible. Similar to that, instead of Fiverr, freelancer.com, if you want to get the freelancing job, the best place to get freelancing job is not there. The best place to get freelancing job is Facebook groups, React.js groups. You join React.js groups, you join web developer groups. I daily see some freelancing job posted there daily, and there are some very good freelancing jobs there. So you can get from there. And I don't have to tell you. Okay. I don't have to tell you. I don't not you don't have a LinkedIn profile, then you put that LinkedIn profile. You don't have LinkedIn profile, you put in the I think you are asking for that only, na Deepak Kumar, that you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you want to fill that form, so you put that I don't have a LinkedIn profile, just it is okay. So that is there. Okay, so I'll save it. So we are doing this link tag. Yeah, shortcut trick to comment the whole line, that is a very good thing which someone has asked. I will again remove this thing. Okay, this I have written. So I have to first select all of this, and then I press the control and backslash in Windows. Control and backslash in Windows. Control and backslash together, you will get this thing. This is the shortcut to comment the whole line. Okay, so let us go to the anchor tag. A lot of people ask a lot of questions. That is good, you should ask the questions. Okay, but I have a separate Wednesday call at 10 p.m. I still to solve anybody's career doubt. And so Wednesday night live I do every Wednesday at 10 p.m. and a lot of people come there. You can come there and ask all of your technical, ask all of your career related doubt and all those things. Okay, so there. Space on a word, space on a word means what? Okay, I don't understand what is space on a word means. Kant. Okay, so this anchor tag href you have to give some website link. Okay, some website link you have to give, and here you have to write something. So if I come here, so see, it will show me like this color. I've never visited it on an edge. So if you have not visited any link okay, if you're not visited any link, it will show you blue color. Once you visit that link, it will show you purple color. Okay, so this is how this, and this link is like you all have seen this link. So it is in like you hover your mouse over it, it will change it to hand. It means that you can click it. Whenever something changes to a hand, it means you can click over it. So I will click it, and it will open my website. Okay, it will open one of my blogging site. Okay, so it will open, come back, it is opening in the same link. That is something which is very, it's a very big issue. It is opening in the, it's changed to purple also. It is opening in the same link. It is opening in the same link, which is not a good thing from a marketing perspective. Also, you're taking the customer away from your website. It is not a good thing. You should always open in a different tab. You might have seen you click some link on LinkedIn, YouTube and all, it will open in a new tab. It doesn't take you away from their site. That is a marketing trick also. You never should open it in same thing, but that marketing trick is applied through some code. So there is some, like if you click through that, it will open in a new tab, and you have to give a pass something here, one extra parameter here. Okay, so let me give what, let me give someone was asking something else. I don't know what they were asking. Okay, maybe. So again, I'll do a href, and I will give my LinkedIn profile, and LinkedIn profile, save it. And now I have to give another thing here, which is target equal to underscore blank. So target equal underscore blank. What is this target equal underscore blank? I'll save it, and I will go back here. So this LinkedIn profile is been shown. See, again, it is a blue color. You click on it. See, I will click on it. It is opening in a, okay, it is asked for signing because I have not signed it. So it is opening in a new tab. It is opening in a new tab. But if I open here, it is opening in the same tab. So this is the difference. And one more thing is there, that is like two anchor tags. Actually, two anchor tags you might have seen. They are in the same line. It is not like the H1 tag and the P tag. It is in a different line. They are in the same line because they are the first inline element. They also known as inline elements. If 10 anchor tags also, they'll come in the same line, one after the other, till the line is over. So this is how the inline elements are there. So inline elements are there like this. So we're done with this. Now the next thing which we are going to learn is the list tag. So HTML is all about learning about different tags. Okay, so list tag, and all of this code will be there in the description of this video. Link list tag I'm going to do, and list tag in this I'm going to do a UL. So there are two types of list tag. One is this unordered list. Okay, UL means unordered list. I'll do this li, and I'll do a list. Okay, I'll do a item 1. Okay, item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and OL, and OL will also be like the same thing, like this. Is the same thing. So list tag is like UL and OL. UL means unordered list, and OL means ordered list. Okay, I'll save it. I'll show it. And the list li means list item. You go here. In the UL, both of them are different, and it is not required that you use both of them. You are going to use UL more, unordered list. So unordered list, this is this item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4, item 5. But this dot 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 is there. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. It is taking automatically. If I increase it like 6, it will add one more number to it. This is like the ordered list, and this is unordered. Next thing which we are going to learn is a table tag. Till here it is very easy. You can mug them up also. It is not difficult to mug them up. You can just mug them up just like your college. But the next tag which I'm going to do, you don't need to mug them up. Anyways, you can get it from the internet. This all this tags also. Okay, so the next tag which I'm going to do is the table tag, and table tag is a lot of tag. You don't have to learn all of them. Okay, and table tag is not that much important also, because you see it yourself how much table you use, not that much. But the next tag which I'm going to tell is the form tag. It is very much important. You have to have that in your mind. That is something which you have. But table tag, I'm only telling, don't learn everything. If you want the exact syntax, you can get it from the internet. Alright. So like this, you are here, and then I will going to do a table like this, and then t head, and then tr, t head, and tr. We are going to have, okay, t head and tr. So it is okay. First thing is that table has got a t head and also a t body. Okay, it has got a t body also, and then it has got something known as tr. Tr means table row. And one sec, getting some water. Okay, so what is there in this table row? The table row, I'll have a th. Th means table header. Here I'll have a name and table head. Okay, age. Okay, table head, email, and in this I'll save it. So you'll see this name, age, and email are coming. And this table body, again we have this table row, but we have something known as table data. And here we'll have a data. We can have different data like this, like this, and table data, and 39, and table data at gmail.com, like this. I'm going to have a table data. So like this, you can have a lot of rows. Okay, lot of rows you can have. I guess Okay, so this is something we are going to have, and if I go here, we're going to see all these things. We are going to all these things we are going to. And if you all are liking it, please do like and subscribe, because we are doing so much of free for the community. So please do like and subscribe the video, and like the video and subscribe to this channel, please. If you are done, if you are watching it, and if you have subscribed it, subscribe from your some of your relatives IDs also. Okay, please, we need need your support. Okay, so that is done. So the table, this is how the table will look. Okay, this is how the table will look. And now we are going to look into most important tag in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, everything, command, even Angular, anything, any web development. This group of tags are the most important tags, and this is what makes a web app a web app. This is what differentiates a web app from a normal website, and that is known as a form tag. Why form tag is very? Form tag is a group of tags. Okay, you'll see those tags. What are form tags? Form tags are used to take the user input. So let me take an example of Facebook. When you go into Facebook for the first time, might not remember that. I think because you all have Facebook account for a long time. So when you or some site like that, you will register. You'll give your name, you'll give your email, you'll give your past, you'll give your gender, and all those things you're going to give. Date of birth and all those things you are going to give there. So then you're going to send. Then you're going to submit the data. That data is been taken, captured, and given to the backend and stored in Facebook server somewhere in the US. So that is done. That is done. So what is this thing? What is this thing is taking the data and all. And from front end perspective, this all done through something known as a form, in which we have all fields. When you log in, also some form is there. In that we take all the users field. Then when you go inside the Facebook and you post something in the box, that is also through some form. So everything you enter the data and pass it to the backend of the Facebook. Submit it, it goes to the backend, it is stored somewhere. So that goes through a form. So form is, that's the most important thing in front end development. So I'm going to tell the form now. Even before the form, we have come a bit down. So I want to tell two things before the form, which is like this table. After this table, I'm going to have a break row and a chart. So what does these two things does? So break row gives some space here, and HR means horizontal rule. BR means break row, HR means horizontal rule. We will give this line. Okay. So I will have again these things, because I'm going to have this form inside this thing. Okay. So like this I'm going to have. Now I'm going to have this form tag like this, and after this I'm going to have a form. So form tags, just like a table tag, like the table tag is inside all the table tags are inside this table. The form tag is also inside this form. Okay. Now I will have this label. So label. So let me do something. Then I will explain the complete thing. So label, I will do a name. Input type is text. Name equal to name. ID equal to name. Again have the name. This will be age. 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 And it's saving. Now if I go here, you see this name and age, both of them are coming. This is the label. Label is like written as name, and the age is your age is this. It is coming from the label. Okay. And in this I can type anything like my name, and this age I can type the, and I can also increase it. Like this. I can also increase it. So this is coming because the first one is is coming from the input tag. Okay, input tag is showing this box, and the other input tag is showing this box. So both of them are shown by this input tag. So input tag type text. I'm able to type text. type number, I'm going to type the number. So what is this for and id and name? What are this? First thing, let us say what is this name. So this name equal to name and name equal to age. Name is something which is for the backend. As I always told that this all this data is sent to the backend. It's sent to the backend server. So this name is for the backend, and I'm going to show also when I'm going to submit this thing. This is something which will go to the backend. Although we're not going to create the backend, but it is something which will go to the backend in the browser head. So you see this name is something which actually for the browser, for the backend, it doesn't need that label and all those things. It needs something like this. Okay, so let me also tell when the backend, it will send to the backend the data name equal to whatever the user enter, it will go there. Age user enter. In our case, suppose I enter Nabendu, it will go here. Age 40. Yeah, so age 40 will go. What is this for and the ID? What is this for and the ID? For and ID label always comes, label and input always comes in pairs. As if label and input are pair. So how does actually these two label and input are pair, these two label and input are pair. So how do this label and input are pairs? Okay, how do this label and input are pairs? Or how do this label and input are a couple? How are they? In US and in American countries, married couple or engaged couple, they wear something known as wedding ring or an engagement ring. So this is their wedding ring or engagement ring. You can think about it. For is like this. For is name and ID is also name. So this will be same. Their wedding ring is same. Their wedding ring is same here. This wedding ring is same. So this is how they are made a couple. Label and input are a couple here because their wedding ring is same. Label and input are a couple because their wedding ring equal to name and ID equal to name. For equal to age, ID equal to age. So that is how they are made a couple. So this is how they are done, and always you have this label and input like this. Okay, so that is there. So now there is one thing, one problem here, that everything is coming in the one line, and this is a problem. This is not a problem, but this is happening because everything here is an inline element. From label to input to label to everything is an inline element. Nothing is a block level element. Everything inline element. So, but if you have gone to some sites like Facebook and all, you might have seen that what happens that after name there is a password. Everything is in a different line. Okay, iframe, I don't teach iframe, and those advanced topics you just go and teach. Iframe is nothing like you can have this. Go to W3C school and learn about iframe. It is not something very difficult. Okay. Okay. So maybe I will tell at the end if you're asking, but it's difficult. Okay. So this now we are, and trust me, iframe is not used that much, not in web development, not in web app, all those things. It is not used that much as form is been used. See, if you go and go through the W3 site, and it generally takes you 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. People take 2 to 3 years to just learn the HTML. HTML should not take more than 1 week to learn, whatever, wherever you are starting. So you should not go on learning all the thing which is available there. No, there are a lot of things are available in the W3 site. I know people have spent the whole of their year in learning HTML. You don't have to spend that much time. Just learn CSS in place of HTML. You'll be at a much better place. Okay, just learn CSS. Okay, so then, okay, so what I want to do, I want to have all of these things in some different lines, all of these things in different lines. So in CSS it is very much easy to do that thing, but in HTML, how to do that? So in HTML we have something known as the div tag. Okay, div, I'm going to have div, and div is a block level element which is very common to divide everything. So it is just a block level element, and I will put this in a div. I'll put this also in a div. Okay, save it. Now both of these things come into different lines. Both of these things will come to different lines. So this is how this works. But there is still some space, is very close. I don't want this thing So I want some space here, so I'll do br here, break row, and see some space will be there in the here. So this is the how we're going to do now, because we are going to do this in css also. Okay, we're going to have a form, we are going to beautify that form. So now the next thing which I want to tell is the text area and the drop downs. See, text area and drop downs are very important. Text area is something you go to Facebook and you post thing, so the text area is there. Okay, so that is the text area. Okay, and then you go to, yeah, go to Amazon, you see all these drop downs are there. Okay, so it is like that. So we are, and I'm going to do and div label for is message, and message text. Text area, name will be message, id will be message, and I can take the calls and rows there, but it is not required. I will remove it. And see, input tab doesn't have an end tag. Okay, end tag, a lot of things doesn't have an end tag like hr, br, but most of the tags have, most of the HTML element have an end tag. Text area also have an end tag like this. Okay, so I save it, and you see this text area is like an input box, but this is a message tag. This is a message tag. I can write multiple here, multiple items here. So that is like that. The next thing which we are going to do is the, yeah, it is like div, and we are going to look into a drop down here. Okay, so for it will be color, favorite color, and select will be there, and name will be color, and id will be color. And in this we'll have a option of value red and color and blue color and green color. So these three things I'm going to have. And okay, so I'll go here. Hello Vishal. So I'll go here and see this drop down is there. In this favorite color, red color, green color, blue color, anything I can choose. And this is a very common thing. Any site you go, Amazon, Flipkart, everywhere you're going to have these things. Okay, any big web app you go. So what is this here? Like this again, the name and the ID is there, but this option is something which we see, and it will always select one option. What is this value? Value is something which will again go to the backend. So value equal to red. So name. So I'm soon going to show this thing. So color equal to red, green, or blue. One of those things will go, because this drop down is like a single drop down. Okay, so only one of them will go. So the next thing which we are going to see, we are still going to continue the your forms. Only forms are the most important thing in HTML. Okay, so I will do this br, and I'll do this div, because if you go to any site you go, any main web app you will go, you'll see forms, and forms everywhere. Okay, you'll see like this. I don't know whether it will open or not. Sometimes it's very slow. Suppose I go to, I'm going to show the checkbox now. So what is this checkbox? So I don't know whether it will open or not. So I go to Amazon.in. Here, see here. If I see this, this is a drop down. So we see the live example of a drop down. I'll go to computers and accessories. I don't know whether this will open or not, because my system is very slow and all. Okay, so computers. I will say, I'll click on the computer. Okay, it is opening. Computers. See, so it is showing me some brands here. These brands are the drop down. Right now it is showing me all the brands here. If I click here, If I click here, it will show me only the board brand. It will show me and JBL. If I click here, both JBL and Logitech. So these are known as check boxes. These are very popular. See, all the things I'm teaching. So someone is asking this iframe and all. Those are not used. Can you see iframe here? If you have ever seen iframe in Flipkart site, if you ever seen an iframe in a Amazon site, if you ever seen iframe in a Facebook site, no, those things are like nothing there. So if you just keep on spending most of your time in doing all this nonsense, you will not get anywhere. Those things are nonsense. Means all those things are noise. There is a lot of noise in life. If you keep on seeing those noises, you are not going to reach anywhere. So those things are not required. If you are requiring it in a project, then you do these things. The things I teach to the point. Those things are required to get for you to get a job. Not like this everything out there. If I'm going to teach everything out there, HTML only take me 6 months to teach. HTML takes me 1 hour to teach, only 1 hour. Even in my paid boot camp, I don't go for more than 2 days. I don't go more than that because HTML is that much only. Okay, so that is there. So now the next thing which we are going to do is the checkboxes. Checkboxes we are going to do. So just like we have seen the Amazon sites, those checkboxes. So this H4 I'm going to do, and I'll write what do you own, and write, and then I'm going to write input of type check and name equal to equal 1 and value equal to bike and label. Yeah, I can have label later on also. It is like that. I can have label later on also. Label for maybe bike, another bike name. If I have a for, I should have a also ID equal to bike, like this, and then I will have another vehicle. So I will come here, copy it, and vehicle 2, it will be car. Again, the value is something which is sent to the backend. And one thing to vehicle 2, one thing to notice here is that see, this value is car, ID is car, and label for is car, and ID this is car. I'll save it. And there is something known as a radio box, which is very popular to take something like gender and all. Okay, it is very popular. Okay, so I'll come here, and if I come here, and it is showing me what do you want, what do you own, bike or car, and I can select anything. Like the thing with checkbox, as we have seen in the Amazon site, I can select both of them or one of them. I can select both of them or one of them. So it is like that. Checkboxes are to select multiple things. I can select multiple one of them also. So that is something like the checkboxes. And the name is different. This name is very important. We are soon going to see why the name is very important. Now again, I'm going to do the next thing, which is like a BR, and I'll come here and do a div here, and inside this div I'm going to have a H4. The most popular example for the radio box, we are going to do radio box now, is the gender. Gender cannot be more than one. You have to give anything out of the 3 genders. You have to give anything. Okay, so input type is radio, and name equal to gender, and value equal to male, and label is like male. No, how can you apply for full stack developer jobs after this training? This is a 3 hours training. You cannot apply for full stack developer jobs after this training. Okay. So you understood everything which I told. Say Rafi, you understood everything I told. And anyways, as I told earlier, I don't know whether you're watching from the starting or not. In 3 hours, it is not possible. We take at least 18 hours to teach everything, and that is generally done once in a month. Okay, so you can watch those videos, and then also after watching it you cannot apply for some jobs and some jobs directly. You have to do some projects. What you're going to tell your employer that you just attended one training, got a certificate. Okay, you got a certificate, and prove it that you're worth of the certificate. That employer will ask. That employer will ask your projects. It is all about projects, learning this thing, and then doing the projects. Okay, you cannot just apply after completing this training. You have to know those things. Those days are gone. Those days are gone long ago. And especially this training is not complete, because it takes us also minimum 18 hours to teach everything of a front end developer, and not full stack developer. Front end developer, mind it. Full stack developer, it is not like full stack developer, front end developer. Okay, this is my first day. Okay, so we generally teach on a YouTube channel front end development, which is the most highly demanded job, and 3 hours are not more than enough. Okay, so at least it takes 18 hours. If you want, maybe I can give the playlist and all also. So we recently took a okay we recently took a 2 days boot camp like this. Let me give. Okay, if someone is asking, let me do one thing. Let me give my complete playlist here also. Complete playlist here only. So almost I need to learn my middle notes. So this is our complete playlist I've given in the chat. Or oh, it is not coming. It is not coming. So it is okay. One sec. Let me. What is the setup tool? I'm not understanding. Actually, I'm not able to send the complete playlist. It will at least take you. If you're from non-IT background, it will take you 6 months. And setup tool, I'm not understanding what is setup tool. You go to the start of this video, you replay it. There is setup tool is all there. How I set up this VS Code and all, everything was done. And so no, it's not like cheaper laptop. You start with a cheaper laptop only. Most of my people from my paid bootcamp, they also have a very cheap laptop, so it doesn't matter because it doesn't need a very high-end laptop. Okay, so that is there. And I was not able to send my complete playlist. Only the first two things I was going to first two things I was able to send. First two things are from our 2 day long boot camp, which we take every month. Okay, this month it is over. Next month it will again be done. So as I've told earlier, also this today's session is not enough. Beside this, we keep on having this CSS workshop, 5 day long workshop, Java workshop, and React.js also 5 workshop. Previous week only we created the React.js 5 day long workshop. So you follow our channel. There is a lot of things there, and I think that always you have to do the three things in order, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. That is the order you have to follow, and to get a job. And after that, you have to do a lot of projects. Okay, and that are also there. And as I've told, cheap, and you can work on any kind of laptop. It doesn't matter. Web development doesn't require a very high-end laptop. So this radio box, I was some questions people have asked. That is good. So then come here and do a like gender and female, female, e name and another another. So this radio box I've written. You know, notice that the name of gender is there. Name is same like gender, and here name is like vehicle 1 and vehicle 2. So if I come here, so gender is name, female, female, and other. So if I click here, so you can select only one of them. The other is in getting these selected. And one of the reason here is that also that name is gender everywhere. Here the name was different. By third vehicle will have it as vehicle 3. So that is this. Okay, so we have done with these things all. Still, we are not done completely with our forms because we have done everything. But how to submit this form? How to submit this form? We will learn about all the important tags. There are some tags which are remaining. I will tell you exactly what place to learn those things. Okay, those tags. We have another BR. Now the first thing which we need to do is to submit this tag. Okay, so for that we'll have something as input submit and value equal to send, and I'll save it. Now you see this button is there. Not in this workshop. This is only a 3-hour workshop. Even JavaScript will be very less. No, in this workshop nothing like that will be taught. React.js it is like 5 hours. This is only 3 hours long workshop, and React.js we don't even touch in this workshop. Okay, so React.js, we just completed the React.js on the channel, and we are also given the participant certificate. React.js mostly we do only once in a month, and it's a 5-day long workshop, and it's 1 hour each time. Our prime time, those who don't know, our prime time is 8:30 p.m. IST, Monday to Friday. Our prime time, our main every day on our channel. Those are new here. Every day we have at least three live streams. Saturday we have this special live stream which is of 3 hours, and sometimes we have day-long live streams also going on once in a month. Saturdays and Sundays. That's a very big thing. Okay, that's like we teach like everything like from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. It's a boot camp which happen only once in a month. And React.js generally we have a 5-day long workshop which was just conducted, and we don't remove anything from our YouTube channel. You can go and check it out. The React.js was already done. Next I have taken once. Next.js I have taken once the workshop, but not. You can see the playlist for Next.js will also be there. So there are a lot of things to cover. Next.js, Angular also. A lot of people asking Angular also. In India, a lot of people works on Angular also. So, but the main thing for us is React.js. Okay, that is that. Okay, so yeah. So where were we? So this send button is now created, and now if I go here and in this fill everything. So input type submit creates a special type of button, and input type submit button is only inside a form. So input type submit, it's a special kind of a button. There is a normal button also. We're going to see that also. Normal button also. This is a message, and color is like blue color. By car will be there. Gender is male. I'll click on the send. See, something was sent here. Although no backend and something is there, but something was here. And if I cut it and if I will paste it here, I will actually comment it out so that it doesn't affect. Put side by side casting side by side कैसे लगाए. Okay, input side by side, you remove the div thing you remove, and it will come input side by side if you want to do. Okay, lot of things. I'm not going to solve it because we have limited times. This is YouTube. We cannot solve all these things. But input side by side, if you want to do, remove the div and brs. Okay, you will get it. Okay, so the thing is there here. Name equal to Nabendu and age. See what I was telling here earlier. Name, this name equal to whatever I have written here. It is good. That's why I was saying name tag is very important. This message is like, it is going like this message, and color is going anything which I'm choosing here, blue, green. I have chosen blue. Vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 both are going like this, and gender is going like male. So this is how it will go to the backend. But generally we don't use it like this also. Maybe we are going to see a JavaScript thing also today. In the form, we're going to see a JavaScript thing, and we're going to know how it is sent by JavaScript. This is something PHP, how it was sent to PHP. Web is very old. Earlier everything was to used to work like PHP and all. So nowadays we don't send it like this also. But then also this name is very important. So that is there. And now beside this, there is something else which you should know, which is like input types in HTML. If you go, is this anyways, this is a very dangerous site. You should not come more here. I've seen people spending 6 months in this site, because there are a lot of things which half of the things which we even don't know. All these things are there. Okay, you should not visit much of this site. It will take you 6 months. It will waste your 6 months. But you should visit actually this thing. Okay, this. Okay, I don't know why it is showing like this. Okay, anyways. Okay. So because I want to give you this link, why I'm showing this link? I'm showing this link because you should learn from this link. See, HTML has gone through a major upgradation in 2015. There were a lot of things which are added in HTML. So what is there? This you might see a lot of other things are here. Input type. Earlier there were only the things which I have taught, but now there's a lot of very cool things have happened. So at least you should learn all those things, like input type date. Input type date is very cool. Like nowadays you can only with input type date you can show the whole of the calendar. Whole of the calendar you can show. And here what happens, you can, and this is very important field, because for date of birth and all those things, they are taken by this. Choose anything. Like earlier, before 2015, we used to have some very complicated things in JavaScript to do the same thing. Nowadays the input type date is more than enough. Then there is one more thing very important, input type file. So if you go to sites like naukri.com and all this, you'll have this choose file thing there. So you can choose anything there, like this. You can choose anything. Your resume you can choose. So again, this is very easy to implement nowadays because input type file. This is something which I want you all to go through. Okay, so that is there. And then we're done with form tag, and we learned a lot in the form tag. And the next thing which we are going to learn, see, like this input tag submit is there. There is button is also there. Button tag is also there, which is like very easy. Button tag, like this button tag is there, and button click here. Since button tag is also like the input type submit, but input type submit has got a SP. When click it, it's try to submit it and also refreshes the browser. But this button tag does nothing. So the functionality to it will be added to JavaScript and all. Okay, JavaScript is used to add this functionality. So that is there. Now the last thing in HTML which we are going to learn is the image tag. Images are very important. Images are literally very important because in all the sites, all the good sites you'll go, you'll see the image. So we'll do the image tag now. Comment it out. And image, we need to take it from somewhere. So instead of going through Google, because Google most of the images are copyright, I will go to unsplash.com. You can get this uncopyrighted images, like maybe this one I will choose, maybe this one I'll choose. Okay, and then I will come here and I will maybe choose a medium one, and it will download it, and I will open the folder. It will show me there. Then I will how to show this image tag. So there are two ways to show the image tag. Either you create a add that image in your file and then you show it, or you directly show it through some link. So we'll see both of the ways. So I'll create a new folder known as images, and inside it I'm going to show it. Okay, I want to show this, so I will do a reveal in file explorer. See this thing, and I'm download is there. So I will copy unsplash.jpg. I have done it. Change the name to unsplash.jpg, and it is coming. It has come here. Unsplash.jpg have come here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the img image tag like this, img, and here src. I'm going to have the images slash unsplash.jpg. I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do unsplash. Okay. Now I'm going to. So I will give the path also here. So unsplash I'm going to do, and now I have to go to this HTML basic. I'm going to see this big image of this car, but I don't want to show this image so big. So how to fix it means how to show it like properly means in HTML we don't have many things to do this thing. And what is this unsplash also? What is this alt tag also? I want to tell. Okay, so HTML we don't have many things, but we have some width and height. Width maybe okay. Width and height we can give, and if you go here, so width and height it will show like this. So again it's a inline element, so it is showing after this. I don't want to show it before. Okay, so it is shown like this. Okay, small image, like you can control it. And there is another way to show the image, which is like image. I go, there is a place img. Okay, so this I'm going to take it from a site, again a site which is not I don't want to take copyrighted images, so it is tag. So you can take any link of any image and you can show it like that also. Like this, I can come here and do a copy image link. I can show it like that also. Okay, so okay, let us do this thing now. Like, but it will not come good. So you can show it like this also. Copy image link, so it will show. Okay, so instead of doing this, let me show this only. But you can show the image like this also. So alt I will write tech, then I will save it. Come here, and it will show this tech and all. So what is, so this is how you show images. So but what is this alt tag? What is this alt tag all about? Alt tag is something which I'm not seeing actually. Alt tag only see if the image is not able to you are not able to see the image somehow there is in which the image will not be shown. First way is like the developer had done some mistake, like the unsplash. Instead of unsplash, I've written unsplash like this thing, and I'll save it. And sometimes things like this happens a lot, and you'll see this broken image. You see this broken image like this. Broken image will be shown like this. You all have seen this broken image. It is not possible that all of you have not seen the past 10 years. It is not possible. Okay, so broken image is shown. Or sometimes what happens, most of you have seen this broken image when there was some problem with your internet connection, when you're watching it in the mobile and suddenly your internet connection has gone away for any reason. It has gone, either you have entered some jungle or some cave or something, and it has gone away. So in those cases also this kind of thing is been shown. So this is what is all about. So we are done with the HTML. As I told, I've covered everything in HTML. This is something which is similar to what I even cover in my paid bootcamp. It's like paid bootcamp, maybe this thing I will cover in 2 days, 2 hours. But I don't cover more than that because HTML you do not have to learn more than that. CSS is something which requires at least 5 to 10 hours to teach. Okay, so that is something like that. And we cover CSS also a lot in our channel. Like we generally have 2 to 3 times this CSS things on our channel. Next week also we are going to again have this CSS workshop, but not taken by me, taken by one of our teacher, Mosam. So CSS workshop will be taken at 30 p.m. IST. It will be taken. So you can come and watch the CSS workshop, complete CSS workshop from Flexbox grid. Everything will be taught. Everything in CSS will be taught. Okay, and we do a lot of CSS projects also, front-end mentor projects, which are the best way to learn CSS. We do that also. So now let us it's time to do at least a good bit of CSS. And as I told, we generally take 5 hours to teach CSS, and again next week CSS will be taught. Okay, Monday will be taught 1 hour in the afternoon. Okay, live classes. So please do attend. Okay, so now I'm done with this. Now I have to do the CSS. So I will actually close this thing. So this is how you close it. This thing, close this thing. Come here and oh, I closed it also. Okay. It's not so many. Where is it? Okay. Here it is. So we have this HTML basic folder. Now we'll create another folder. Now new folder. So those who are not seen the setup, this is how we started in the starting. CSS Basics I'm going to do, and then I'm going to open the VS Code. Okay, it is opening my old one. So how to open a new VS Code? So for that you have to go here, file, new window you have to do, and it will open a new VS Code. So new VS Code is open, and then again like the same way I'm going to drag this CSS folder here to open the CSS. So I have dragged the CSS folder here. Now I will do again CSS is stands for cascading styles. This is what makes the websites very beautiful. Okay, these are the things. Okay, so here also the structure will go by the this one index.html only will show the structure like this. I'll go and then I'll do a not and CSS Basics, and CSS we give generally through external style sheet, and that style sheet can be called anything, but we'll call it style.css. Style.css we'll call it. Okay, and then we'll come here and I'll save it, and now I'll have a h1 again. H1 is CSS crash course. I'm going to do save it, CSS crash course, and then I have to go live. So I can go live like this also, and go live like this also. This is because of the extension which you install, live server. So it will be shown like this, CSS crash course, but it is of no it is like black and white. CSS is not about black and white on all those things. Okay, so CSS is about what? Adding color to all these things. So how to add colors and all to do all these things, we have to do it through the style.css. But here I'll go here and do the h1, and we target that h1 I'm targeting. Then I'll do the color as dark. So it is also giving me how what are the colors name are available. Dark blue I'll do, and then the background color as light and okay, so these two things I'm going to do and save it. If I save it also, go back, it is not showing. Okay, and CSS get some tag like h1 tag I'm targeting, and there are more than 10,000 properties. Again, you don't have learn all of them. Only learn all of them which you teach in our workshop, like 5-day long workshop or some other boot camp. Only learn those things. So this color, background color, today also I'm going to tell a lot of important things. Color, background colors, all these things are there. So I have made this color and dark color and light sand and all, and but it is not showing. It is not showing because I will link the HTML and the CSS. So for that we have something known as link tag, and this link tag always happen in the link tag always happens in wait, it is wrong. It will always happen in our head also. Always you have to give this link tag rel equal to styles href equal to style.css. So this you have to write. Style.css is the exact file name which is there. So I'll come here and see this. Now it is color is like this dark blue, and the background color is like this light something like blue only. So this is how it is been shown. This is how the been shown. So that is done, and now the thing which I want to tell is like, okay, so this color is there. Okay, let us have something more also. Then we have to first understand what are different types of colors are there in CSS. Different ways to give colors in CSS. Okay, so H1 and H3 I'll do, and H3 is best place to learn CSS, and then I'll have a paragraph of 60 and save it. Learn 60 and save it, and then okay, so it will be shown like this. Now what I'm going to tell, I'm going to tell the ways to actually use color in CSS. There are actually 4 ways to use color in CSS. The first way is to using like this name of the color like dark blue, all those things. Okay, so that is the first way, and there are how many types to show this color. Actually there are how many colors names are there. There are actually 4 color names are there. Okay, so what are those color names? Let us see. So the there are 140 color names in CSS. Actually, before 2015, there were hardly 30-40 color names, but now there are 140 color names again because CSS is also governed by the same team, W3C team, and they introduced a lot of color in 2015 in CSS version 3. Okay, so these colors are like this: Indian red. A very good color names are there: Indian red, pink, and light pink, hot pink, Carol, tomato, and all these different colors names are there. You can, but I know a lot of them because they are like the color names are really. So that is the one way to show the colors. What are the other ways to show colors? The other ways to, because 140 color names seems to be lot, but it is not the whole colors in the whole world, and we need to show whole colors, every possible color on a planet. We need to show them. So this is not a very good way to show them. So what is a very good way to show every color on the planet? So that is like this. There are some sites which are known as color picker. Okay, so you can find them from this color picker sites. So like this is a color picker site from the W3C schools only, and here you can see three kind of your there are 3 kind of systems. One is known as this hexadecimal system, one is known as RGB, and one is known as HSS system. So the hexadecimal system, this which you see, it is like the hexadecimal which we have learned in schools and all, means base 16. See, the normal decimal system is a base 10 because we have digits from 0 to 9. Then there is a binary system which is a base 2, which is of like 0 and 1. Then there is something like base 16, which is hexadecimal, which is like superior than decimal also, and we have learned it in the school and all, 7th or 8th somewhere in those classes, but we have all have forgotten. So this is like decimal is like 0 to 9 plus A to F alphabet is also there, 0 and A to F alphabet is also there. So that is a hexadecimal, and CSS team has chosen it because it can hold more color than the decimal. Okay, so that is there. And it consists of 6 digits. It consists of basically 6 digits. First 2 digits represents the red, next to represent the green, next to represent the blue. This is like this because a human eye is capable of seeing only 3 colors: red, green, or blue, or a combination of red, green, and blue, which actually goes to billions of colors. Okay, so it is not like we can see 3 colors, but those 3 colors should be made out of red, green, or blue. We cannot see ultraviolet color and all. Those can be seen by some other animals like bats and all. We cannot see those things, those colors. Our spectrum is like red, green, and blue only, human spectrum. So first to represent red, green, and blue. And if you see the hex code of red, it is like FF. FF is the highest hexadecimal number, which can be shown in this way. So red is highest, green and blue are 0 0, means there is no green and blue. So this is how red is represented. That will be there, and this 0 0, and that will be there. But I don't want to see. I want some other color. Maybe I want okay, not like let me take this color, pink color, and all. And here also see the FF is complete, and second and third are something. FF is also complete, and blue is also complete, but something like green is there. So every color you can make with this combination of these 3 colors. So I'll choose this color. You don't have to learn much about it. So I'll choose this. I will make the background of this page similar to that. So I will have this background I want to change. So I have to do this body. This body I have to choose body with, and I'll do the background color as this much, but I've just chosen kind of a purple kind of a color, and come here and go back. See, this purple kind of a color is been chosen as a background. So this is how it is been chosen. So the next we are going to choose it for the H3. Next color system is like this RGB. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. So red, green, and blue means red. But here again the same concept, but the red here it is from 0 to 255. So for this I'm going to choose this this color and some dark color like this, and I'm going to choose this RGB, and color is like RGB like this. I'll save it and save it, and now see this color shown like this. So the next system and the last system is the HSL system, which is actually very popular with the designers because it gives you much more control. HSL means, it stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. Hue in Roman means color, and saturation and lightness, they're given in percentage. Saturation is like the percentage of black in something. Lightness is like the percentage of white in something. And this is some complicated system in which the hue actually consists of all the 3 colors, and it is done through some color pyramid of a thing. Okay, that is there, and we are going to choose some green kind of color for this, and I need to choose some dark color, so I'll choose this one, HSL, because I'm to do this for the P, and color is like this. I'm going to do and save it. Come here. So see, this is been shown like this. Okay, this is even I can do one more thing. I can come here, and I'm seeing it not that good, so I can increase this thing from here also. Okay, so like this I can choose it from here. So now it is like a darker kind of a green color. It has been there. Okay, so this is the 3 color systems, 4 color system in total which you do. Now we are going to see the fonts in CSS. Okay, fonts in CSS we're going to see. So I'm going to use the like in HTML and all fonts are there. Fonts are here also. So font family I'm going to choose fonts. Here I'm going to choose the Arial font, Arial, Helvetica and sans serif. I'll do it and I'll save it. If I go back, so this all of this I will change to the Arial font. Okay, so what is this Arial font? Arial and all these things, and why I have chosen three fonts. So first font is known as the primary font, which is generally chosen, and the next two fonts or 10 fonts or 12 fonts which are going to do, they are known as the fallback fonts. So why we give this fallback fonts? Fallback fonts are required because see this fonts and all this, these are known as they are governed by W3C committee, but the browser are not governed by W3C committee. They are governed by different companies. Like Edge is governed by Microsoft. Firefox, which I'm using, also which I'm also using, it is governed by Mozilla. Okay, it is governed by Mozilla. Then Chrome is governed by Google and all those things. So it is sometimes happens. It can be happen. Generally, it doesn't happen that some font which I'm using, it is not there in the, like the notorious browsers are Safari and the earlier Internet Explorer. Might be there, that font is, that is always a problem for developers, Safari and Internet Explorer. So might be that font is not there in Safari. Might be the Arial font is not there in Safari. Then it will fall back to Helvetica in Safari. Helvetica is also not there. It will fall back to sans serif. Sans serif is also not there. It will fall back to whatever Apple have decided as the default font in Safari. It will fall back to that. So that is how the font family works. But this way to take the font family is a very old way, because say it will be 30-year-old in 2023. It was introduced in 1993. So nowadays people bring their own font or use something known as Google font. Okay, Google font is again free to use, but you can bring your own font also. Fonts are generally created by artists. Okay, so I'll go to this Google font link and I'll show how to use the Google font. So I'll go to this Google font link. Wait a sec. So this Google font link I'll go and I will see like some good font. You can see these are some very choose this one. This one is the font. So one sec, I'll choose this font. I'll choose this font and so how to use this font? Okay, so I'll choose this select style. Select the style I'm going to choose, and then I'm going to this import and see this is this font name and all. So I'll copy this. Use this fancy font in my project. So I have to copy this. Then I'll go there and import this thing. Save it. Now I want to use this font not in my whole body. I want to change the thing of this paragraph. So I want to use this font. So what is this font name? I have to go back and see this. Okay, this font name is known as Monocondo or something. And the thing is that Google font you always have to give it in a single quote. So the single quotes you have to give the font family is like this, and this Monocondo, comma, Arial and sans serif maybe. I'll save it. And here the fallback fonts are very much important, because first thing I'm taking it from the internet. Again, if your internet connection goes away, then what? And second, it's a Google font. Maybe it is not available in Safari or some other browser. It is not possible, but sometimes it can happen if it's a new font or something. So this I will save it now. If I and go back to my site, see this cursive font is there. Okay, but this cursive font is actually very small. I'm not able to see this cursive font. So how to show this cursive font? Maybe I have to increase the font size. So there is again a property for font size. So I'll do this, and the font weight is also very less. So I'll do the font size as 20 pixel, and then font weight by default it is normal. I'll make it bold. I'll save it. Size has also increased and is bold also. So both of these things are done. But what is this font size and all which I have taken and all, and there is another and what is this pixel? And by default there is another way to give this line. I'll choose a line height, and we are going to learn about the units of measurement also now. So 1.5, I will choose something known as rem. I'm going to give it here. So RAM, so you see the line space, like the line, whatever the space between the two lines, it's not a line height. Just change. So I've just used RAM, I've just used pixel. So what are they? So let us. So there are actually three major units of measurement in CSS. One is pixel, one is RAM, and one is MEMM. So what are this all these things? Let us understand. So what is this pixel? Pixel is the most basic units of measurement, which is the most common. Pixel is something which all of you know. Pixel, all of you have heard a lot, like each camera, each mobile camera is some megapixel and all this thing. Photos are some megapixel. All this basically means the actually the dot which makes everything from a photo, a digital photo, to a desktop, laptop, monitor. So pixel is the smallest unit of measurement in that. So that dot, all those dot makes those pixel. So in a computer system have that dot. So more dot you put in per square centimeter, the more clarity will increase, no more value will increase. That's how a computer system changes half HD to a full HD of 1080p, from a full HD to 4K or 8K. So the manufacturer packs more pixel per square centimeter. That's how the increases. Earlier the laptop, the desktop, all those displays were not that much good. You could have go close to it and see those pixels. Nowadays it is impossible to see those pixels. But this pixel is a bit different because the W3C committee, they have given this pixel, and they have their own TV, like 3000 TV density per inches, and they have given pixel according to that. Okay, so in normal layman way, it is the more pixel you increase, the more size will increase. Like if I give it a 30 pixel, so it will make it like big. Okay, so we'll stick to this 20 pixel only. And now we are going to learn about the RAM and the M. To learn about the RAM and the M, I have to go here and do a div and div to wrap all this thing. I want to do this thing because when we have something wrapped, become its parents. Like this, the parent of this div, and div is the parent of this h1, h3, and p. The div is the parent of this h1, h3, and p. So I'll come here and then I'll go here and I'll do this div as font size as 10 pixel. The font size is 10 pixel. I will do this div, and this I will make as 2M. Now I'll go here. This is weird, and there is an issue in here. So this is like 2. So what does this 2M means? 2M means whatever parent font size, which is generally in pixel, and 2M is 20 into 10. So 2M is 20 into 10 pixel means 20 pixel. If I increase it to 3, so 3 into 10 pixel, this means 30 pixel. 30 pixel will be like that. Okay, so M means like that. So then what is the RAM? RAM is something which is like again I will make it to M, which is not dependent upon the parent. There is by default have a default size of 16 pixel. 16 pixel is got a default size, so it is dependent upon that. So 2 RAM is like 2 into 16. 3 RAM like 3 into 16. So like this. 2 RAM. So it is earlier M. I will save it to 2 RAM, so it will become bigger. 2 RAM is bigger, so it depends upon this. Okay, so that is it. So let me, okay, I will get, okay, one more thing you might have noticed that div is affecting the sizes of this. This is h1 and h2, and this is affecting this. This is a bad thing to do, and we're going to fix. We should nail with the div h1 h3. We're going to buy. So that is it. Let us first make this a bit smaller so that it is much more visible. I'll make it a 1.5, and I'll make it a 1.6, and make it 1.4. Save it. So now it is much more better. It is looking much more better. Okay, so that is there. Now, as this div was affecting everything, because everything font size is making 10 pixel, I will actually now we're going to learn about one more important thing, which is known as your classes and IDs. Classes are an IDs, which is something which is given in the HTML, but it is mainly for the CSS and JavaScript. So they are used to uniquely identify something. We use to uniquely why do we want to uniquely identify something? Because CSS by default is very much global. So if I give this h1, it will affect everything. And in bigger project, it is never advisable to use h1 h3 body. You can do h1 h3 div and all. So you should give some unique names. So classes and IDs are used to give to these unique names to anything. So like this, I will do the class equal to box1. So I can give a class to h1 also, h3 also, p also, anywhere I can give. So class equal to box1 I have given. So like this, save it, and now I will come here and I want to give the style to the box. So I have to use dot here, dot and box1, and then I'll give a style here, like the background color is light uh, light golden or yellow, light golden or yellow I'll do. And so I'll do this, and it will show like this, light golden or yellow. It will show like nice this. I want to have some padding also. So what is the padding means? Padding means if I give this div, it is all around this thing. Okay, and all these things are covered in great details in our 5-day long CSS workshop, which we are going to have next week also at 2:30 p.m. See that thing, okay? Because I'm going very fast. So there is some padding is there. Padding, I'll make it as 10 pixel and save it. So now you'll see some spaces there around. Okay, so this is how your classes are there. But there is something, and it can uniquely identify something. But the classes are there. Classes are something which you can use multiple times. So, and there is something known as IDs. IDs are something which is unique. You cannot use it multiple times. Okay, so first how multiple times. So I'll do a copy here, and I will paste it again, and I might have a BR also here, BR break row, and this I will remove this thing. I'll make it a bit small, maybe like this much, and I will save it. Now I'll come here and see it will be shown like this. So I can have the common styling a lot of time with the, because the class name was same here. But IDs I can have only once. So I'll come here and do in the P, I'll do a ID equal to 7. And I will save it. Okay, what happened? Second P, I will save it, and then I can target specifically this one, second P, and this piece we always this IDs we always give it by hash. So I'll give the hash and give this P, and here I want to give all of these things. I want to have this second P as a different style than a normal P. Okay, right now it is taking all of these things from this. If I go back here, normal P only. I want to have it in a different way. First thing, I don't need a fancy font, so I'll remove it. I need a normal thing, so I will make it a normal, and I will make it a bit smaller, so it will be like 1.4, and this will be 1.2, and I want to make it a different color. So maybe I will go here. From here only I will choose this pink color, and like this I'll choose, and I will save it, and see now I will see all of these things are different. So this is what the P is all about, and this is what we are doing. Okay, so that is done. Now what we are going to do, we have to cover some JavaScript and all also. So it's better to style a form, so let us style a form. Okay, and one more thing. Okay, let us take our earlier form only. So from where I can take my earlier form, I'll just quickly open that. I have another text editor also. I will actually open my another form. Okay, I'll take the code from my another form. So let us take because we don't have time. So we'll take our and I'm not going to have this on. So this is our okay. So this is our HTML form only. We have taken it from the HTML doc, and it is like showing like this ugly and all. So let us add thing here. Like, and one more thing, I don't need this BR, and because we are going to do from the CSS, so we are going to beautify this form, and we need to add some lot of classes because we're going to select it like that. So I'll have a div class equal to my dash form. Then here class equal to form group. See, now I'm going to have the same class in this all these things. Okay, each form group, and this is okay. Save it. So it will now show like this, nothing there. So now we are going to beautify it, and just let us have one more class here, because this is actually a button. Have a class of button also. So now we're going to beautify this thing. For that, we are going to first choose this my form. Go here and do this dot my form, and padding is 20 pixel. So the padding is something which is around everything. Around everything, the padding is there. So see, around everything, the padding will be done. So it will be like shown a bit more better. So padding is then. Maybe I should again have this after this jump. Okay. So first the thing is I have added a padding. Then I have removed the BR here. So I was earlier having the BR here. So I don't have the BR right now. So what I'm going to have here, instead of BR, I need some space after each one of them. So how do I give this? Choose the my form and choose the dot form group. So I'm going to choose the dot form group, and so this is also how we choose something continuously, because see what happens in bigger project, there can be a multiple form with someone name will be dynamic form, something like that. So I have chosen this my form. Okay, so that I've chosen. Then form group, and then I will have a padding as maybe 15 pixel. So the padding bottom is done. So now I want my form to expand completely. So okay, before even expanding completely, I want this name, age, and message to come in its own line. Right now they're inline element. So CSS is very powerful. You can make also everything inline with this. Okay, so I'll do my form label, and display is block. I'm going to do so inline element. From the inline element we are making it a block. Okay, so like this, and so everything is coming online. So now I want it to expand completely. For that, what I need a common class for all this input. Okay, it's a common class for on this input. So do I have a common class? So I'll create a common class here. This is how sometimes you also create classes. So I will name it as input dash type, and I will add this common class, all this thing, save it. And then what I'm going to do, in this common class I'm going to choose dot input type, and here I'll make the width as 100% first. Save it. See, now it will go till the end. The width is going till the end. And but if I type something here, it is like showing very less than all. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a padding here also. Padding here is like 8 pixel like this. I'll save it, and see, it will now have this everything around it. So I will have this also like 39 and all. So it is like this. It is been shown. So now the only thing is remaining is to style our button. So let us style the button. So button have like this button class. So I'll go here and do the dot button, and first thing I'm going to do is the padding as maybe 15 pixel. I'll do save it. See, the it's become a bit bigger, maybe 12 pixel. Okay, so it is much better. So this I'll do first, and then in buttons generally we don't show the border, so I will make the border as none. Then okay, then let me change the background color. Background color as dark magenta. So the background color is shown like this, but now the text is not been shown. Change the color as white, and one more thing I want to do, the text transform as uppercase, because uppercase it has been much better. So it is done. A button is done. One more thing I just want to do quickly is the border radius. So nothing should have a sharp edges, so I'll make it a 5 pixel. So now the sharp edges of the border has gone, so it is looking like this. And one more thing you should always have in a button, which is like a hover property. When you take mouse over a button, it should change the styles and all those things. Okay, so and it should also change it to a hand, so that people know that we have to click it. So I'll do a button and over here, and I will do a background color, and it will be dark blue, and cursor will be pointer. I will save it, over it, and over it. So it is changing the color. It is also changing it to hand. So this is done. Actually, we don't have time to complete more of CSS and all. So and more of CSS, and also not much of JavaScript. And we are going to do another 10-15 minutes only of JavaScript. And as I told, CSS 5 hours long workshop we're going to take next week. JavaScript workshop we have already taken. We don't take much JavaScript workshop, only once in a month we take, and again next month it will happen. Please do see that. And this we'll have a 2-day long bootcamp also on JavaScript and all. Okay, so that is there. And so as I told, we don't have much time. What we are going to do, maybe we are going to use some styles, maybe we are going to use some interaction in the forms only. And this is something in JavaScript I generally teach on the third day, not on the first day. But right now we don't have time, so let us do that only. And for that, okay, and for that what I need to do, so one thing here, JavaScript is also given in this. We need to have a tag for the JavaScript, so not tag, a file for that. I will make it as main.js. I'll give, and here I will write, I have to include it just like the CSS, but always we give the JavaScript at the end because JavaScript is very much blocking, and we want everything to be shown first, then only the interactivity will be there. Suppose we want to add the interactivity to the form, let the form be in load first, then only we can add something to that. To the JavaScript at the end, and script C is like main.js. So for JavaScript, the main work here for JavaScript is to choose whatever the user is typing here, and then when I click the send to send it to the backend. But we are not going to send it to the backend. We are going to display it here only. Okay. So that is something which we are going to do. So how JavaScript we are going to do. So for JavaScript we are going to add a lot of so one sec. Okay. So here I will have after this form I will also have a unordered list because I want to show whatever the user types there unordered list, and unordered list will have a JavaScript. We try to have all the IDs ID equal to users, and we'll have the IDs ID equal to users. And okay, I'm soon going to give the attendance sheet also, last attendance sheet, because I've told that you have to fill 2 attendance sheet will also be given. So here this my form is there, it's okay. Class of my form, I want all of these things to have some IDs also. ID, okay, ID is there, that is good. ID is there, and this is of type submit, which is again good. So we have everything as good. So we will go here, and first thing is that I have to select this form. So in JavaScript we have like variables through which you select. JavaScript is a programming language. Okay, so you have different things which is there, and this is DOM programming this is a part of JavaScript, not exactly JavaScript, this is part of JavaScript DOM programming. So I will have a const my form equal to document. Don't worry about it because we have a full JavaScript thing, because this might be a bit complicated. Document.query selector, and JavaScript will feel a bit complicated. I'll have a dot my dash form, because I have this as a query selector. Will take it like this, dot my form, and then I will select the const name, one word, input equal to document dot query selector, and hash name, because I have a ID here. Then I will select const age in equal to document.query selector age, hash age ID that, and then we'll have a MSG input const MSG is a type of const is a type of a variable in JavaScript, just like in any other programming language. We have like this const input equal to document.query selector hash message, because okay, hash message is not there, hash message, the whole thing is there. Select that. Now I have to also select this user list, which is like a empty UL, because we are going to put some li in its place. So I'll go here and do a const user list equal to document dot query selector hash users, and have then. So this is how listen. But in also what happens, one of the main thing is that you have to continuously listen for something. We have to continuously listen for this click of this button. So how to do that? So for that, this button is of type submit. Type submit is there in this button. So this is inside a form also. So I can choose this my form, and my form dot add event listener. Then we'll for a submit event listener, means the submit will be there on the function which we have to create after this. So I create a function as on submit, and we'll get a E here. E is something which always comes in a browser. E will come, and then we'll have a E dot prevent default, because as we've seen it was refreshing the browser. We don't want the refresh of the browser. And then I will have a console.log of name input dot value. Let us see whether it is working. Console.log is something which I can come here, and if I write it, I can see the console. This is something which programmers always use. So this console we have to do. So I'll give something in the name and do a send, and it means it is working. So name input dot value will have the value of whatever the user enters here. Age input dot value will have whatever the users enters here. Message input dot value will have whatever the users enter here. So that console.log will have that thing. Okay, so now I just don't want to show those things in the console. I want to show that inside this UL. Inside this, I have a UL, empty UL. I want to show it inside that UL. Okay, so I want to show inside that UL. So how to do that? For doing that, we in JavaScript is actually again very powerful. I can even create some elements in JavaScript. So I'll come here and do a const ally equal movement dot create element ally. So I'm creating an element ally, something known as ally, and then I will do ally dot append child, ally dot append child. In this ally, I'm appending this child, which is like document dot create text node. I will show how it is happening. Document dot create text node input field, age field, and message input field dot value. And then in this user list which I have, I will append this thing. And I also have to make them clear because it doesn't goes away. And here also, again, all of these things will be in detail if you come and attend our JavaScript workshop. JavaScript workshop is also 5 days long. This is very I'm telling only 15 minutes of it. So let us now show something like this 39, and this will work, and I will send it and see this will work is coming, and it is also getting it away. It is awesome. Generally we don't do this thing, we send this thing to the backend. The moment I send it, see this is creating this thing. So how this is creating this thing? Okay, so see if I click here and do a inspect here, and this user list, I can see all of the HTML also like this. Okay, the UL ID users is there. So earlier it was completely empty, and now it is having this ally and this ally. Both of this ally have got something. So this is how we work. I've told it in a very fast way. Generally we don't tell it in this fast way because we don't have in this workshop I don't have time, and it takes 5 hours to teach JavaScript. Okay, so I will also thank you all for standing so late and all. So I will give the second attendance sheet. So it is necessary to fill the second one also. Second attendance sheet and all. So please fill this second attendance sheet. Please fill this second attendance sheet, and we're done for the day. Hope you learned a lot, and so this is what we was completed and all. So hope you learned it, and please be connected with us. This is not everything. Someone was asking whether it is enough. This is not enough to get a job. At least you have to attend our 2-day workshop, or I have given that link also. Do it from there, and then do a lot of projects. Then do at least 20 projects. I want you to do 20 projects. 20 projects, 5 in CSS, 5 in JavaScript, 10 in React. That is the only way to get a job. And you do the give you a job if you do 10 projects in React. Not like that. 10 projects in React you have to do, and 2 of them will be very 2 of them will be like high level projects, which again I have on my channel. Like Mun stack projects are there on my channel, Firebase projects are there on my channel. So you have to do those projects, and then only you can work in a company. So it is not like that easy. And trust me, all these things will, if you're from non-IT background, it will take you 6 months, not less than that. 6 months it will take you, at least 6 months, because you have to again and again. I am teaching it. It might be very easy, but it's not that much easy. You have to go through them again and again. Okay, so that is there. And with this, if you learn all these things, and please be in connected with us, and maybe I will also give one of my latest. We have a lot of WhatsApp group. A lot of people are coming from this WhatsApp group. So I will give that. Let us WhatsApp. Okay, so like this, please do connect with us on WhatsApp, and also please do like and subscribe. We're doing a lot. Like 3 hours. I don't think you might have seen like this kind of thing earlier. Means if you're not attending it from the first time, this is like we have covered a lot. HTML we have covered everything, and we are saying that all those other things will also be given. Okay. So that is there, and uh, with this I will end this. Hope you all like it. Please do like and subscribe, and please do tell your friends also to visit our channel if they want to become a web developer. Thank you all for attending, getting time on the Saturdays. I know you could have done a lot of other things. Thank you again.